All right, let's cut the crap and dive headfirst into this fucked up F1 drama, shall we? We've got Verstappen being so damn good, it's causing chaos.
Yeah.
Ferrari making decisions that leave you scratching your head,
Yeah.
and Ricciardo telling Cadillac where they can shove their offer. Buckle up because this shit's about to get real.
What's wild is how this is all shaping up for the future of F1. You've got this dominant champion potentially screwing things up for his own team, a legendary team making a risky bet on an aging star, and a fan favorite seemingly walking away from it all. It really makes you wonder, what the hell is F1 going to look like in a few years?
Okay, let's unpack this Verstappen situation.
Mm.
Red Bull is swimming in champagne, thanks to this guy, but they can't seem to find a teammate who can handle the pressure of being his wingman. Even Martin Brundle, former driver, now a respected commentator, said they're paying the price for Max's insane talent. Is Max just too damn good for his own team?
It's a tough spot for Red Bull, right? Having a driver like Verstappen pushes the team to build a winning car, no doubt. But it also creates this crazy pressure cooker where any teammate is going to be compared to Max's performance. And let's be real, nobody wants to be stuck in that kind of purgatory, constantly being measured against one of the greatest drivers of all time. Brundle's analogy for Perez being in purgatory is spot on.
And speaking of pressure, let's talk about Liam Lawson. This kid is either a complete asshat or a genius. He's straight up refusing to be compared to Gasly or Albon, those guys who got chewed up and spit out by Red Bull. He says he's just focused on learning from Verstappen. Is he for real, or is this just PR bullshit?
It's a smart move, I'll give him that, whether he means it or not. By framing his potential move to Red Bull as a learning opportunity from Verstappen, he's taking the pressure off himself. He's basically saying, hey, give me a break. I'm here to soak up knowledge from a champion. Whether he can actually handle that pressure cooker is another story. But it's a clever way to control the narrative.
Now, here's where things get really interesting. Ferrari, what the fuck are they thinking? They ditched Sainz, who had a killer season, for Hamilton, who's, let's face it, getting up there in age. Eddie Jordan straight up called Elkan an idiot, said he must have rocks in his head. And Sainz was practically in tears when he left Ferrari. It's just bizarre.
It's definitely a gamble, no doubt. But Ferrari might be playing a different game here. Think about the brand power Hamilton brings to the table. He's a global icon, a 7-time world champion. The guy's arrival instantly boosted Ferrari's stock price. They're banking on his star power to elevate the team, even if his performance might be waning a bit.
Yeah, but is that enough? I mean, Sainz was consistently beating his teammate Leclerc, which makes this whole thing even more confusing. It feels like Ferrari is chasing past glory instead of building for the future.
That's the million-dollar question, right? Is Hamilton's experience and legacy enough to push Ferrari back to the top? Or is this a desperate move by a team that's lost its way? Only time will tell. But it's a high-stakes bet, for sure.
All right, let's talk about Ricciardo, the poor bastard. He says no to Cadillac, which, let's be honest, isn't exactly a top-tier offer. And the rumor mill is saying he has zero appeal to the American team. So what's the deal? Is this the end of Ricciardo's F1 career? Is he pissed off? Or is he just done with all the bullshit?
It's tough to say what's going on in Ricciardo's head. But after that whole Red Bull mess, who can blame him for being hesitant to jump back into a potentially shitty situation? Maybe he's hoping for a better seat. Or maybe he's putting his own well-being ahead of F1's craziness.
It's a damn shame, though. Ricciardo is a fan favorite, and it would be awesome to see him back on the grid. But hey, everyone has their breaking point, right? I mean, this whole situation has got to be messing with the future of F1, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And this is where things get really interesting. Ricciardo walking away from Cadillac also screws them over. They were hoping to snag a seasoned driver to lead their F1 debut. Now they're scrambling to find someone else. This has implications for everyone.
Damn, this is some serious shit. We're just getting started, and I'm already hooked. Don't forget to like and subscribe to AI Meets You for more of these juicy F1 deep dives. We'll be back in a flash to break down the rest of this craziness.
You know, we've been talking about these drivers and their dramas, but this whole mess really makes you think about the state of F1 itself. What does all this say about the sport as a whole?
Dan, that's a good point. You've got Red Bull basically becoming the Verstappen show, Ferrari chasing headlines instead of championships, and this new American team Cadillac struggling to attract any decent talent.
It feels like F1 is at a crossroads, man.
Right, F1's always changing, but this feels different. Red Bull's dominance is creating this weird vacuum where everyone else is scrambling to catch up, and Ferrari's gamble on Hamilton that could be genius, or a total disaster that sets them back even further. Either way, it's going to shake things up.
And then you've got these new teams like Cadillac trying to break into this elite club. It's a tough game, man. You need cash talent.
Yeah,
and a shit ton of luck to make it work. Speaking of luck, or maybe the lack of it, let's go back to Ricciardo for a second. It's easy to say he's being picky, but I think there's more to it. This guy was on top of the world-winning races, charming the pants off everyone, and then it all went to shit at Red Bull. That kind of experience can fuck with your head, you know?
Yeah, no kidding. It's like he had this brutal breakup with Red Bull, and now he's scared to jump back into a relationship, even if it's with a shiny new team like Cadillac.
Exactly. F1 is brutal. Reputations are fragile. One wrong move, and your career is toast.
Ricciardo's got to be careful.
So what do you think? Is Ricciardo done with F1 for good, or is there still a chance we'll see him back on the grid?
It's hard to say, man. He's young enough, and the talent's obviously there, but he needs the right environment.
Yeah.
A team that has his back and a car that can actually compete. Otherwise, why bother?
Oh, man, I hope he finds his way back. F1 is just more fun with Ricciardo around throwing those shooey celebrations. You know, like this whole thing with Verstappen and these teams struggling. It's got me thinking about what the future holds for F1. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
You get Verstappen potentially dominating for years, Ferrari making these wild moves, new teams trying to find their footing, and big names like Ricciardo potentially walking away. Feels like we're on the verge of a major shakeup.
And that's what makes F1 so damn compelling. This isn't just about fast cars. It's about the drama, the rivalries, the constant change. It's like a soap opera on steroids, and I'm here for every minute of it.
Couldn't agree more. It's a sport where anything can happen. That's what keeps us coming back for more. But one thing is for sure, this Verstappen dominance, the pressure on drivers, these teams making crazy decisions.
Yeah.
It's all going to shape F1 for years to come.
Damn straight. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. This shit is what keeps F1 so exciting, unpredictable, and straight up bonkers. It's what keeps us on the edge of our seats. If you're loving this deep dive into the wild world of F1, don't forget to like and subscribe to AI Meets You for more. We'll be back in a flash to finish up this crazy ride. We're back, and let's be real. This whole F1 situation is giving me whiplash. Verstappen's crushing it, Ferrari's pulling some crazy shit, Ricciardo's dropping bombshells. It's a wild ride, man.
It's like a reality show on steroids, but with insanely fast cars and millions of dollars on the line. And what's really interesting is how these individual stories are starting to paint a bigger picture about the future of F1.
So you're saying it's not just about Verstappen being a beast or Ferrari making questionable moves. There's something bigger going on here.
Absolutely. Verstappen's dominance is forcing teams like Red Bull to completely rethink their driver program. Can they find someone who can actually challenge Max, or are they stuck being a one-man show? Because let's face it, if they don't find someone soon, what's that going to do to the team in the long run and to F1 itself?
And that brings us back to that pressure cooker we were talking about. Imagine being thrown into the arena with a hungry lion. You might survive, but you're going to come out with some scars. It's no wonder some drivers are saying, fuck this, and walking away.
Exactly. And that's why Ricciardo's decision to ditch Cadillac is so important. He's basically saying, my mental health is more important than chasing glory. It's a big statement, and it shows just how much this sport can take out of you.
So is this the future of F1? Driver burnout? Is the pressure just too damn high?
It's a real concern. F1's always been demanding, but now you've got social media blowing up every tiny mistake, and the money involved is insane. Teams are spending billions, and that pressure trickles down to the drivers. No wonder some of them are cracking under pressure.
Plus, the fans aren't making it any easier. We demand excitement, we want drama, and we're quick to judge when drivers screw up. I mean, we're part of the problem, aren't we?
We're definitely part of the equation. Social media has amplified the pressure tenfold. One bad race, and you're getting roasted by millions of people online. It's got to be tough to handle.
So what the hell do we do? How do we make F1 a sustainable sport? You know, when where drivers can actually thrive and not just burn out. Do we need to change the way drivers are trained? Do we need to, I don't know, start handing out therapy vouchers along with those trophies?
Those are good questions. We want F1 to be exciting and competitive, but we also need to take care of the drivers. It's a human sport, and we can't forget that.
You're right. It's easy to get caught up in the speed and the drama, but at the end of the day, these are people with lives and families. We need to treat them like human beings, not just racing machines.
It's about finding that balance. High-stakes racing, but with respect and support for the drivers. That's the future F1 needs.
Damn right. So what's next for F1? Will Verstappen rule forever? Will Ferrari regret their Hamilton gamble? Will we ever see Ricciardo back on the grid? Who the hell knows? But one thing's for sure, it's going to be a wild ride.
F1 is unpredictable. That's what makes it so damn exciting. We can speculate all we want, but the only way to find out is to watch it unfold.
And that's what we're going to do. Thanks for joining us on AI Meets You for this deep dive into the crazy world of F1. If you're as addicted to this drama as we are, hit that like button and subscribe for more of these unfiltered conversations.
We'll catch you next time, folks. Stay tuned and keep those engines revving.
If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting this channel by hitting the subscribe and like buttons. This will help the channel grow and expand on the journey we have begun together here at AI Meets You.